Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win, or you find a way to lose. Listen, this whole thing about Canelo Alvarez, I want to make sure I say this and that I'm crystal clear, right? First, please subscribe to the channel. I'd appreciate it. Listen, man, Canelo Alvarez is really good. I'd even say, I'm just going to leave it at that. He's really good. You can't knock his accomplishments. A lot of people feel that Canelo has cherry-picked opponents. They feel that Canelo had the secret society behind him to make sure he ended up in certain positions to fight opponents to where he was guaranteed to win fights, basically, right? I don't know if I agree with all that. I think Canelo deserves a lot of credit for his wins, but you can see that they had a plan. I put it to you that way. There was a plan for him to navigate through the divisions, pick up championships, and to ultimately end up becoming undisputed at 168. But I'm going to tell you this. He had to get in there and he had to fight. And there's obviously something special about his hands. But that being said, right, when it comes to the titles that Canelo has picked up and the opponent who he had to fight to win those titles, right? Like Rocky Fielding, right? But let's just, I want to make sure I say this, right? It's not Canelo's fault. I want to be crystal clear on that. It's just like with me coming up. It has nothing to do with sports, but you'll understand the parallel that I'm establishing, right? If there's an annual award, okay, in your workplace that can be earned, right, based on performance, there's an annual award, and there are several sections in your workplace, and depending on who's the top performer in each workplace, at the end of the year, they can compete for that annual award. Only one person can get it, right? And let's say at the end of the year, although there's 6 or 7 different workplaces, right? So that means there should be 6 or 7 people competing for that one award at the end of the year. But let's say only one section nominates somebody, and that one person wins the award. Is it their fault? It's not their fault. They won by default. Let's say as far as the competition, these people have done a tenth of what this other individual did, or the work that they accomplished didn't have not even a tenth of the impact in the organization as this other person. It's not their fault. So when we look at Canelo Alvarez and the guys that he went and fought for titles, it's a very similar situation. It's not his fault that he was able to get in there and overwhelm him. But that being said, this whole thing about prime Canelo easily beats Floyd Mayweather, to that, I gotta say, in the most respectful way, that I kindly request that you hold your horses and don't take it to the stupid. Come on now, man. This is getting old now. Listen. And Canelo would never beat Floyd Mayweather. What are y'all talking about? You understand? Canelo, hey, he's special. He's special. Floyd Mayweather's more special. You see, you watch what Bivol did to a prime Canelo, right? Look what Bivol did. Man was throwing, 50, 60 punches per round, because that's just his style. Jab, being slick, and just not really letting Canelo get comfortable. Look at Canelo's approach to fighting. He's looking to throw 1 or 2 hard shots. He's looking to cut the ring off. If you go to your left, he's going to sit there, man, and throw something to push you back the direction he wants you to go. If you go into your right, he's looking to throw something to push you the other direction he wants you to go. He's all about controlling you, limiting your movements, cutting off the ring, and then once he gets you to where you're frozen now because your brain is going, you're trying to figure out, Hell, anywhere I go, anywhere I move, this man is there. And then when you freeze and you have to stop and think, that's when he explodes on you. There's no one. Let me tell you, Floyd fought some very, very, very good fighters. Very good fighters. No one's been able to do that to Floyd Mayweather. And I just think Floyd Mayweather in his prime, and this is my opinion, against anyone, right? That includes Crawford. I don't think anyone will beat Floyd Mayweather. And I don't want to hear this, a pretty boy, and then there's, Floyd Mayweather. Come on, man. He's just too damn fast, too damn smart, too much IQ, changing levels, angles, his ability to counterpunch. I think he would frustrate the hell out of everybody, and then he would just see him just start to pull away because people would just stop to think and try to understand what's going on, and then they'd be getting bing-binged in the ring. Simple. And what Canelo did this past weekend, this is the other thing about Canelo Alvarez, right? I don't blame him. I'm not joking in this video. I don't have nothing funny to say in this video. I'm being serious as a heart attack. This is the reality, man. I did a video. I don't know if I should pull it up while I'm talking to y'all, man, right? But there was something that was put out. How true it is, I don't know. But I'm gonna see if I can pull this up, right? Where it talks about with Canelo Alvarez, how with the opponents he fought, he was making sure that there was a clause in there to where these guys weren't allowed to hydrate the way they wanted to. While I'm talking to you, I'm trying to pull this up while I talk to you, right? And see if I can pull it up and show you. But that being said, I don't know if Floyd Mayweather did all that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how true that is. But hold on a second, let me see something, man. Let me see if I can pull this up. I'm trying to pull it up right now. But I don't know how true it is about Canelo and opponents he was facing, making sure that he had an unfair advantage because he wasn't allowing people to gain, to rehydrate to a point to where they felt like that they would have an advantage. And there was a chart that was created. And in this particular chart, that's what I'm looking for right now. I did it a while ago. In this chart they created, it was pretty interesting because it broke down the fights and it actually, here it is right here. Here it is. I'm pulling it up right now. I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to show this to you. Let me stop that. I'm going to show this to you. Okay, here we go. Let me show this to you. Sorry, let me adjust the size of this for you real quick. Okay, let me adjust the size a little more. I'm gonna see if you guys can see this because I thought the chart was pretty interesting. I don't know. Okay, right here. So let's just take a look at this right here. Okay, so for John Ryder, okay, we know he fought John Ryder. It was just a straightforward fight. Canelo didn't look the greatest, okay? But when he fought Caleb Smith, supposedly, right, take this with a grain of salt. Anybody can sit there and pull up Excel and create a worksheet. I don't know if this is accurate or not, but this is an issue I have with Canelo Alvarez, and this is the issue I think a lot of people have with Canelo Alvarez as far as giving him credit for being this, amazing fighter who destroys everyone he gets in the ring with. When he fought Caleb Smith, supposedly there was a rehydration clause for that fight. When he fought Sergey Kovalev and got that amazing knockout win, supposedly there was a rehydration clause for that fight. When he fought Daniel Jacobs and Daniel Jacobs looked like he just couldn't pull the trigger, supposedly there was a rehydration clause for that fight. When he fought Rocky Fielding and destroyed him within, I think it was round 3 or something, got the TKO, there was a rehydration clause in that fight. The Golovkins, there was no rehydration clause. The first 2 fights, I thought he lost. The third fight, Golovkin was old and he got the win. When he fought Cesar Chavez Jr., that's no secret. Cesar Chavez Jr. would look like he was about to die. Somehow he got to the 12th round. There was a catch weight. That catch weight killed him. Amir Khan fought at a catch weight that Amir Khan really shouldn't have been fighting at, but he went up for the money, kind of like Jamel. It is what it is. Miguel Cotto, there was a catch weight. James Kirkland, there was a catch weight. Erislandy Lara, there was a catch weight. Alfredo Angulo, there was a catch weight. So when you look at this, right, now if this is accurate, right, if it's accurate, how can you sit here and say Canelo Alvarez deserves to be pound for pound the best fighter in boxing? We understand the money he brings to the table, and we understand the bottom line is he wins his fights, and he does so most of the time in a spectacular fashion. But when you look at a guy like Terrence Crawford, I don't think there's been any catch weights. I don't think there's been any rehydration clauses. But then again, he's fought at 135, 140, 147. If he bubbles up to 154 and he happens to become undisputed there, then great. No catch weight, no rehydration, just fight and win. If he goes to 160, fights, no catch weight, no rehydration, he wins. And then if he happens to go to 168, now this is where somewhere Terrence Crawford probably shouldn't be anywhere above 160. Well then, whoever he's fighting, especially if it's someone like Canelo, how do you give Canelo credit for that win? It's like this past weekend. I think Canelo deserves the credit because Jermell Charles is a big guy, but at the end of the day, even Canelo told him, you're a great fighter. You're undisputed for a reason in your weight class. This is just different here. So when Canelo says that, right? These aren't my words, people. Even Canelo realizes that this guy's he's out of his league coming up here. He needs to stay down where he is. Even Canelo knows that he's dangerous, but he's not that much of a threat. He's not David Benavidez dangerous. He's not Morrell dangerous. And honestly, he's not Caleb Plant dangerous. Because Caleb Plant was giving Canelo the business in those early rounds. But Caleb Plant's left-handed. He fights orthodox. And after a few rounds, that left arm gets tired. There's only so much jabbing you can do, so much hooking you can do, so much 1-2-1s you can do, so much 2-1 swivel jabs you can do. There's only so much you can do. With your strong arm is your lead hand, and the right hand really doesn't bring much to the table. And then same Canelo did to him what David Benavidez did to him. You know what I'm saying? Once they're able to slow down a little bit and they can take that from you, you're sitting duck. Floyd Mayweather, on the other hand, man, unless somebody out there has the time to put together an Excel spreadsheet like this, hey, maybe Floyd. I know with Canelo, they fought at a catch weight. You know what I'm saying? But maybe if you put together a spreadsheet on Floyd, something like this, then maybe we can say, well, hold on a second. We need to have this conversation about Floyd Mayweather too. But right now, I'm not sure Floyd Mayweather having too many fights with catch weights. We knew he was an A-side, especially later in his career. And, for some guys who wanted to fight him, look, it is what it is. Once he beat De La Hoya, Floyd realized that, hey, he can call the shots. And he did. He had to fight De La Hoya at 154. You know what I'm saying? Floyd was like, no, whatever weight he wants to fight, I want him to be comfortable. Floyd, no 154 pounder. But that being said, man, it's a sport of boxing. The Canelo Alvarez, the Floyd Mayweathers, the Crawfords, anybody, man. You know what I'm saying? Sugar Ray Leonards, all those guys, man. These fighters are here to make the best matches, and guys are just looking to get wins and become champions. At the end of the day, get paid. But for Canelo Alvarez, look, I think he's a bad boy. But I think for Canelo and these catch weights, if he was doing catch weights with guys who, let's say, weighed, I don't know, man, maybe they were cruiserweights, right? And then Canelo, not even a catch weight, Canelo just went up and fought a cruiserweight. You know what I mean? And no rehydration clause, no nothing. If you got rid of the rehydration clauses and these little weird catch weights, man, I don't think nobody would have a conversation about him. Or even if there was a one-off on a rehydration or a one-off on a catch weight. But when you come and you look at this spreadsheet right here, if that's accurate, that's pretty crazy. And at the same time, you know, like guys like Gervonta Davis, they could find themselves, you know, here 5-10 years down the road, if I'm still doing this crap, where, you know, we're having a conversation about Gervonta Davis and his career and how he was out here having catch weights and rehydration clauses. Nobody knew there was a rehydration clause in the contract for Gervonta Davis and Mario Barrios. Nobody knew that. Nobody said anything. Barrios came out and said something. You see what I'm saying? So when you hear that, it makes you say, oh, okay. And I get it. When you're the A side, you want to make sure that you have all the advantage in the world. You want to give this person who's basically a nobody an opportunity for the biggest paycheck of their life and an opportunity. And if they want it, they got to take it. And I get it. I understand. I don't blame anybody for that at all. But what I'm saying is, if we're going to sit here now and just because Canelo is getting these wins and say, hey, he wasn't ready for Floyd Mayweather when he fought him. Floyd Mayweather was an old man. But that experience is something else. And when Canelo got in there, he was a seasoned pro. Remember, he was like 20-something years old, 22, 23. Man fighting since he was 15, 16. Had a lot of experience as a pro, a lot of experience sparring. Get out of here. Hold your horses now. Let's not take it to the stupid. You know, put the ball of dumbass down. Don't act like Canelo just had like 5 pro fights coming out the Olympics and went in the ring with Floyd Mayweather. No. He talked a lot of shit, right? He talked shit. Just like Jermell Charlo talked a little bit of shit and got in there with Canelo and he got handled. It's like Canelo talked some shit. Got into with Floyd Mayweather, he got handled. So it is what it is. And I just don't think no matter a young Floyd, old Floyd, even this Floyd right now, and this Canelo right now, I don't think this Canelo can beat Floyd Mayweather right now. Yeah, I said it. And you say, oh man, now you're taking it to the stupid. No, I'm not. I don't think so. I don't think Canelo can beat him right now. Not with this style he has. Floyd's got the legs. He's still got the reflexes. He's not prime Floyd anymore. But Canelo ain't going to beat Floyd with this trying to cut the ring off and throw single shots. That's not going to work. I just don't think, I think right now he couldn't beat Floyd. I don't. But, you know, it's just styles, man. If Floyd's legs were still good enough and he had the stamina, Floyd could sit there and avoid all that crap and bing him and cruise to a decision with no problem. No problem. But anyway, that being said, y'all keep cool. Canelo deserves all the respect in the world. He's won his fights. But I'm not saying we shouldn't be championing Canelo. I think he deserves to be lauded. I think he deserves everything. He's earned everything. He hasn't done anything that other fighters have not done at some point in time to try to give themselves the advantages in fights. Okay? At the end of the day, even me at 48, if they say, hey, you get an opportunity to fight Canelo, and I'm going to say, man, I've been in the ring in how long, man? You know what I'm saying? I got all this advanced arthritis, man, all this repairs in my bicep and my shoulders, man. I got plantar fasciitis. I got carpal tunnel, man. I got issues with my eyes, man. You know what I'm saying? Chronic migraines and shit like that. And they tell me the money I'm going to make to fight him, it's an opportunity. I cut my ass down. Within 6 months, I'd be down to 160 again. You think I wouldn't be down to 160 again? And I would get in there and scrap. And you know what? Hey, I lose. But hey, I get paid. It was an opportunity to change my life. You know what I'm saying? And I just think that's what it is. These guys get opportunity to change their life. And you got to take it or leave it with these fighters. And it's not their fault. Canelo did that fighting Floyd Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? An opportunity to change his life, which it really did, not just financially. He learned from Floyd. And then he learned the business. When he became the A side, oh boy, he started putting pressure on people, didn't he? But that being said, Canelo's great, but let's not take it too stupid and keep talking about he would have beat a prime Mayweather, him in his prime. That's just irresponsible. And I'll even throw Terrence Crawford in there, man. Terrence Crawford's great. Don't get me wrong. Beating no damn prime Floyd Mayweather. Y'all crazy? Come on now. I'm not saying that fight wouldn't be interesting. That's just my opinion. You guys somewhat have a different opinion. I know people who will argue tooth and nail. Terrence Crawford. Oh, look at the height, look at the reach. He fights southpaw. He fights orthodox. He has power. His ability to counterpunch. His ability to go forward and be aggressive. I get all that. And he does it great. But Floyd Mayweather does it better. Did it better. Simple. That being said, y'all keep cool. Shout out to the veterans on 7 continents. Stop taking to the stupid. Canelo Alvarez. In no way, shape, or form, or any time would have ever beat Floyd Mayweather. Simple.